Hi, this is Raj from MR Sportscars. Here we've got an absolutely beautiful Porsche 911 Carrera 4S Coupe. It's 991 Gen 1, produced April 2014. This means it's a 50th anniversary package car as well. So in the 50th year of the 911, Porsche in the UK decided to offer those that were ordering brand new 911s the chance to add a suite of options, which they called the 50th anniversary package, to their cars. And it included things that a lot of people would order anyway, so things like the sat nav, the heated seats, Sport Chrono, and a couple of other bits as well. It's not a limited edition, but it just meant that owners who were ordering in 2014 got the opportunity to basically celebrate the 50th year of the 911. And this car has that suite of options plus a whole lot more that make it very, very special. This is a car we've actually sold a couple of times before, so I actually know the last 3 owners of this car, and it's actually still got Porsche OPC warranty, which has been renewed by the previous owners, and that the current policy expires in October 2025, and that can be extended all the way up until 2029 when this car reaches 15 years old, and that is for UK and Europe. So if you're taking this car on a journey through Europe, it will have warranty cover while it's out there as well, which is fantastic. So this car's finished in Agate Grey Metallic, which is a very flattering and timeless colour for the 991. It really shows in this light here. I've deliberately picked sort of like just before sunset to show you how gold and silver sort of like glistens through the paintwork. It's not just a boring grey, it's a really nice metallic with lots of like shiny flecks in it. I don't know if you can see. Really, really striking colour, and also it's very flattering in terms of if the car gets dirty, it doesn't actually look that dirty compared to something like black or white. It's a very, very forgiving colour for those that actually want to use their cars all year round. It is a 4-wheel drive. It sends between 5 and 40% of torque to the front wheels, and it does that automatically. You don't have to put it in a 4-wheel drive mode, it does it all itself. With it being a 4S, means it has the wide body, so it has 4.4 centimetre extra width at the rear, 2.2 centimetres each side. It also has that beautiful light bar as well as a result to note it's a 4-wheel drive model. And it has, being an S, it's got this larger engine, so 3.8 litre flat 6, which produces 400 horsepower, 325 foot-pounds of torque, and it'll do 60 in just over 4 seconds. So incredibly fast, incredibly safe as well to use all year round because of that 4-wheel drive system. It's just got that extra safety net. Not that the 2-wheel drives are a real struggle, it's just that this has that added safety of having the 4-wheel drive and the benefit of having the wide body as well for the aesthetics as well, because it really does flare out, as you can see, both from viewing from the front but also from the rear as well. You've got those lovely 911 instantly recognizable 911 haunches, and also from the side actually the silhouette is just pure 911 as well. So it is a great car to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the Porsche 911, and I think the first owner appointed some really nice options on this car. So you have, it's only half a degree, so excuse the smoke and everything, and the car may mist up as the sun goes down, but that's only because it is literally just above freezing. As you can see, there's ice down on the side here. So one of the things that really makes this stand out is actually these lovely chrome window trims, which respect from the factory, and I think it goes really, really well with this agate grey paintwork, but also the optional 20-inch Carrera Classic alloy wheels, which are also finished in agate grey metallic, and then they have a diamond cut edge. And we refurbished these for the before the last sale, and they've actually been incredibly well looked after, and they are in fantastic condition. The caliper, because it's an S model, it has the larger, what's called the turbo setup, so it has the larger brake calipers, and they're finished in guards red to denote that difference rather than like a satin black. and then it has the larger brake discs, which are also in great condition. The tyres are all matching Pirelli P-Zeros. They're all N0, so that means they're Porsche approved, Porsche rated tyres. They've got lots of tread left. I'll just show you the rear as well, which is, I think it's 11.5 inches wide, incredibly wide tyre, but again, lots of tread left on that. And then you can see last owner had the rear discs and pads replaced, so they're in great condition as well. Pirelli P-Zero N0s as well, as I said, and they're absolutely in fantastic condition, along with the wheels and the centre caps as well. So really well looked after car. It's got the optional rear wiper. It's got the other quite elegant feature, I think, is the metal sunroof. So rather than it being glass and having black, piano black plastic here, clear bit here, which is very tinted, and then the black bit there, it's all body painted, and it still means you've got the benefit of having the tilt slide sunroof, so you can open that, and I will show that during the video when I start it up. But also, interestingly, when you have it on the tilt, if you have the switchable sports exhaust on, or even if you don't, it just lets that little bit of sound in, and it makes it sound absolutely fantastic in the cabin by having that extra feature there. It's got the folding mirrors as well, which is another nice appointment of options, and that also includes the welcome lights, which are only available if these are the electric folding ones, as these are. It's got the silver bi-xenon headlights as well, which again I think really sort of follow through all of that options of the silver wheels, silver lights, chrome trims, and that lovely sunroof there. It's very subtle, actually, you can barely see it's there. On the back, it's got the sports tailpipes because they've got these fins in them, and then it's got the switchable sports exhaust, as I mentioned before. And actually the back boxes on that were replaced as part of a warranty claim, because one of them had seized on the valve, so that was all done at a Porsche main dealer under the warranty policy. The first owner also selected that they didn't want the full 911 Carrera 4S, just 911, and I think that's also to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the 911, just to sort of celebrate that this is a 911. That's all you need to know, and that's special enough. You don't need to put all the other lettering, so that's really nice. And then it's got the parking sensor, so it's got the sensors at the front, just as you can see there, and then it's got sensors at the back as well. So then it comes up on the screen when you're reversing or going forwards at a slow speed under 10 miles an hour. It will show you how close you are to things with an overview of the car, and in a sort of like traffic light color system, it will show you exactly how close you're getting to anything, and also with the audible warnings too. I just think, I mean, these are for me a high point of the sort of Porsche models. We sort of specialize in the slightly earlier 997 Gen 2s and also these 991s. They share basically the same engine, the same gearbox even as well. So this is a 7-speed PDK, so it's a semi-automatic double clutch system, and it works fantastic in all conditions. You can drive it quite sedately, quite relaxed, but then if you want to put it in sport mode or sport plus, or even just use the accelerator and brake more aggressively, the box actually gets quicker, it holds gears for longer, and also in those two modes that I mentioned as well, it gets more and more ferocious. So you can it's a gearbox for all sort of circumstances, and that's why so many were spec'd with it, because it just works absolutely fantastically. It doesn't need any maintenance in terms of replacement clutches. They should last the life of the car, and it even has launch control as well, which I've never tried on these Porsches, but I believe it makes it as super ferocious. So it's yeah, another great feature of these cars. On the inside there's a whole suite of extra options that are also spec'd, which really make this really special. Let me start it up so you can actually hear it as well. There we go. So it's covered 56,926 miles, and the next service is due May 2026, and the oil change is also due at the same time. So that's when the servicing is all due, so nothing due for quite a long time. But let me talk you through these options. Actually, let me just open the roof first so you can see that. So you have the tilt, which, as I said, it lets a nice amount of sound in to the cabin, so you can hear the exhaust popping and cackling on overrun, and you can just, yeah, without letting wind noise in or anything like that. And then you've got the full, you can open it all the way, so then you've got a nice open air experience with that open. So there you go. On the inside, it's got the extended black leather with silver stitching, and that's on the doors, obviously the seats. The rear seats are centre tunnel all the way through, then on the sides there as well as on all the dashboard, lower and upper, all in lovely black. Then it has the sport design steering wheel, which is a lot of people prefer when they're driving the PDK in manual or in auto. You can change gears with these paddles that go round, up a gear on this side, down a gear on that side, and you can slide it into manual, slide it down and then across. And you can also use a gear stick, so you pull it towards you to go down a gear, or push it away to go up a gear. As you can see, also now that it's the light is dropping now, the sun's almost setting now, it's got the optional stainless steel with illuminated Carrera 4S there. Just wipe that off, that's just my shoe just scuffed that slightly. So they light up with the model designation, which is really nice at night, just like the mirrors obviously do. Let me show you those fold in. The seats are very special as well. They're the 14-way sport seats, so every movement on this is electric, including the base, which you can actually tilt. You can just raise the front of it or the back to suit your preferences. It's got a knee support, which also moves in and out, and then it's got lumbar support as well. So this middle bit here in this lower part inflates and deflates. So this section here, you've got an upper, middle and a lower, so you can basically shape the seat to the curvature of your spine. It makes it very, very comfortable when you set all that up. And then once you do set all that up, you can also set up the steering wheel as well. So there's a little joystick under here which electrically controls it going up and down, in and out. The mirrors as well are also fully electric on this setting here, and then you can set them to the keys. So the two keys that come with the car, you can set individual settings for that, driver's seat, the steering wheel and the mirrors. And then you've got an additional 2 settings here, so you can actually have 4 different settings for all of those bits. So say if you're a husband and wife, you can have it all set up so when you literally open the unlock the car, it will move all those bits ready for whichever key that's been used to unlock the car. So then it's all ready for you to just drive. You don't have to sort of adjust everything. And then it also saves audio settings, display settings, air conditioning settings. All of those things are stored on those memories as well. So it's a really nice package of options that really do elevate the sort of luxury feel of this car. And then the biggest luxury thing actually, which is very rare, is that it's specced with Burmester. So it has the full Burmester system, which I think is 821 watts, incredibly powerful. But it's not just powerful, it's also incredibly crisp and clear. So the amp has sound conditioners in it, so when you actually play anything on the stereo, whether it be DAB, FM, CD, it just sounds as if you're with the music. If you hear someone talking on the radio, it actually sounds like they're in the car with you. It's so crisp. It's very difficult to explain. It was quite a sizable option. It was over £2,000 and quite a bit more than Bose. Bose does sound sensational as well, but this is just another level of audio quality, and a lot of people do look out for it. It also has cruise control, so it has that extra stalk there. And then it was specced with the black dials. Again, that's a nice sort of like, makes it look more elegant, I think, having that all in black rather than like a silver one in the middle there. It has auto lights, has the auto dimming mirrors, so that's this one, and also the ones in the door as well. They're all auto dimming. And then it has the auto wipers, so it has the rain sensing, so it will immediately, if you've got it set on auto, it will do the wipers for you, so you don't have to turn them on yourself. So I said it has the 7-speed PDK. If I put it in reverse, so let's just do that. So it's got my show plates on it, so it's telling you that there's something very close by, and it is literally just the sensors picking up that the edge of my show plate is there. But that gives you a demonstration of what you see when you're maneuvering at under 10 miles an hour. Both front and back, it will show you what's close by, so you can use it as a guide. And then to put it into manual, you slide it across like I said, and then up and down a gear like that. Now it also has the full suite of performance options. So as I mentioned, the 50th anniversary package came with the Sport Chrono system, so you get that lovely clock, which it also becomes a stopwatch. Let me just do that. So you can start timing if you need to, but then when you stop, you can reset it, and then when you come out of that menu, it then reverts back to a clock. So it has Sport, Sport Plus, and these modes also show up on the steering wheel as well. And what they do is Sport and Sport Plus change the gear changing profile, so holding gears for longer, quicker changes. It changes the throttle response. It also adjusts the drivetrain mounts as well, the PADM, Porsche Active Drivetrain mounts, and it also will turn on the switchable sport suspension as well. So that's also a nice thing to have, is PASM, Porsche Active Suspension Management. Has a switchable sports exhaust, as I mentioned, which does make quite a difference. So let me just open it up and just give it a very gentle rev with it. So that's with it off, and then if I enable it, you can hear it makes quite a difference to the sound of the car. Beautiful, beautiful sound it emanates from that. It's also got the Porsche tracker, which is had from new, so there's the two fobs for it if you do want to activate that. Also has the lovely cup holders, so you can have one or both out, and then they have expanding collars on them. Obviously electric windows. The seats were also specified, obviously with the seat heating, which was part of that package I mentioned, but also with the embossed headrests, which were, believe it or not, you had to pay extra to have the Porsche Crest on the headrests, and they're on both the passenger and the driver's headrests there. It has the 2-zone climate control, so you can put different temperatures on the two sides, or you can sync them so that it's the same on both sides. Also has like a quick demist, obviously. Heated rear screen, which also heats the mirrors, and then a recirculate button as well. Really, really effective system. The car has also been fitted with the CarPlay, NM Automotive CarPlay, so it's got full wireless CarPlay, all wired. There is a wired system in the glove box as well, so you can have full CarPlay, so you can have Google Maps and things, which is obviously bang up to date and literally live traffic. Same with Waze, you can have Waze on there as well, which I've got installed, so you can use that seamlessly from your phone. You can play your own music, you can even listen to podcasts, so it's really nice. So that's an added addition to this car since new, but it has still got all of the Porsche systems. So there's the Porsche hard drive system, so it's got full UK and Europe mapping all built into the car, and it's full postcode system as well. And then in terms of options, so it's got the jukebox, so you can have up to 10 gigabytes of music, which you upload via USB in the glove box. It's got the digital radio, which was also an optional extra, and then obviously it's got a CD and DVD audio player in there as well, so you can still listen to your CDs in this car. Newer generations on, you lost that drive, but you gain CarPlay. This has got the best of both, because it's got CarPlay, as I've shown you, and it's also got the disc drive as well. So that's a really nice sort of combination there, and it works really, really well together in that sense. I'll just show you the rear seats. So there is the rear seats. They have ISOFIX on them, so you can put baby or child seats in the back there very safely because they've got the proper mounts there. And then you've obviously got this rear bench here which you can put luggage on. It's even got luggage clips in it for Porsche, special Porsche luggage sets you can buy for 911s if you're that way inclined. Now there is the only bit of the engine you get to see with the coolant top up, oil top up, the cooling fans, and it says Carrera 3.8 there. Then you do have a rear spoiler as well, so I'll just put that up so you can see. That comes up automatically, but you can do it manually just to see, and also clean underneath it, that kind of thing. Then it has additional brake light which lights up there, and it disengages that one when it's up. And that comes up at around 70 and goes down at around 50. Just put that back down. So that's back down again. So there's the front boot, all lovely and clean in there. We've actually had a brand new battery put in. The other one was fine. It was just, I looked up the date of it and it was a week 9 2016. This is a brand new one from Porsche, so it's got the full Porsche, and that's been programmed up with the car correctly, so that means it's absolutely perfect now. Not sluggish starting or anything like that. And then you've also got the original Porsche tyre compressor in there, and then all the other tools they came with from the factory are still present. And they're located, so you've got tyre gel there, and then you've got a locking wheel bolt, a set of tools, towing eye, and an emergency sunroof close key as well, all in that section there. I think it looks absolutely sensational, this car. Really love all of the well-appointed options on it. I'll just show you this side as well. So it's got the silver trims along here and here. Again, that sort of works well with obviously the center trim there as well, but also this lovely chrome stripping just on the outside there. I was going to show you actually, this car has also got the optional tyre pressure monitoring as well. So on this screen here, which I haven't shown you yet, this is a big update from the 997 Gen 2s. You've got this screen here which you can actually, with this stalk here, you can change what you view. So you've got tyre pressure monitoring, so you can see exactly, either in bar or PSI, it's your preference. You can see how much torque is being delivered to the front wheels versus the rear as a sort of live chart. You've got the chrono stopwatch system, which I showed you working on the stopwatch itself, the G-force meter as well, so you can see live G-forces or maximum G-forces as well. And then you've got temperature, and you can also change what's on there as well. When you're in areas where it knows the speed limit, it will pop up at the top there. Instead of the 75 miles, it will show you it's a 30 or 20, which is really handy actually, I find, with so many varied speed limits in urban areas. It's really useful having that there, so you know exactly what speed you should be doing. Even if you haven't got sat nav running, it's there. So that's a really nice option on this car. You actually had to pay for that as well. This car's also got something called online services, which is kind of redundant now, but there's an app that you can use and plug into your phone, and then you can actually listen to the weather, you can listen to podcasts and music recordings and things like that all through your phone. That was before the days of CarPlay and things, whereas now that's kind of been superseded by this sort of install here, which then gives you the full CarPlay capability that you find in most modern cars, and it brings everything bang up to date in that sense. I'll just show you, we also put together a full file, which you may have seen, but we do it for every single car, which shows you the full history of the car, the specification, the diagnostics, and the full options list. You can actually view it on our website if you click on an advert of the car. But here it is. So first of all, here's the full spec of the car. So I mentioned, so it will actually do 60 and 3.9. There's the power, the size, even the tyre size, and it is all there for you to see. Then I've got the full options list, and I think I've covered everything here, but I'm just going to quickly scan it. Well, it's also got Porsche Tour Vectoring Plus, so that means it's got an electronic rear locking differential, which basically means that when you're going through a corner, if it detects, it can lock the rear diff. It will give you a better slingshot out of the corner as you're accelerating out, so it makes it more sort of dynamic and it feels more exciting to drive, and that's all controlled with this PTV system, PTV Plus. I think I've got everything else here. Oh, the roof lining is also Alcantara, which I think most 911 991s have it, but it's just so, it feels really lovely and really plush, and it's also in absolutely fantastic condition as well. Yep, I think I've covered everything there. And then I break it down into areas, so audio and communication, safety, exterior, interior, that kind of thing. So you can see not only the options, which are asterisks, but also the standard stuff which comes with it. So for instance, with the PDK you get hill start assist as well, so it will, on a hill, on an incline, it won't roll back. It will basically lock the rear brakes just to hold you there, and then as you pull away it will just release them automatically, so you don't even have to think about it. It doesn't require you to do anything other than just drive normally. I'm just going to shut that roof because it is getting quite cold. Yeah, as I said, temperature is very low, 1 degrees at the moment. Then we've done a full diagnostics on the car, so that's everything from checking for over rev, so that's where you're going way beyond the rev limit, and that could be caused on a PDK. It's not really possible, you can't really over rev a PDK, but it's still worth checking. This car's only ever so slightly just approached the red line, 6 ignitions, which equates to less than 0.01 seconds, and that was done at 2,500 miles. We've checked the engine hours, so the engine, the ECU counts up in hours. We've checked that is a reasonable figure compared to the actual mileage to make sure it hasn't been clocked, so it shows that the average speed of this car from new to now is 34 miles an hour, which is well within tolerance of it not being clocked or anything like that, or anything being messed around. Likewise, we've checked that all the components are original, they haven't been replaced and need further investigation. And then we've also checked, we've interrogated the issue not only for all those options that you saw earlier, but also what the VIN number is compared to the physical car, compared to the documents. Electronically also it knows that, it knows the engine number, it knows all of the options of the car, even the colours of the carpets versus the seats versus the roof versus the headlining. All of those things are stored in the car, and we check that with the physical car to make sure that nothing's been changed, nothing's been altered or messed around with at all. As well as doing HPI checks, salvage car checks as well. We do a salvage car check to make sure that the car hasn't been an unrecorded damaged car. It's very unlikely with this car because it has got a full Porsche main dealer service history. It has been under Porsche warranty, I think, from new as well. We've got certificates going back as well on that side as well. And then we've got the service history as well, so supplied by Porsche Tunbridge, serviced by Porsche Tunbridge, Silverstone, Glasgow, and then Leicester. So all Porsche main dealers and serviced on time. Everything has been done as it should have been according to the schedule. So it is, and then we've got invoices as well, lots of invoices. The last owner, just like all of his cars, he takes them to Centre Gravity, which is this great place for setting up a car suspension wise, and he wanted this car obviously set up for the road, so they've done their ideal road setup, and it just means it handles absolutely sublimely. Perfect alignment for road driving, so that's all been done, and there's the documentation of that in the file as well. So there you have it. So it's a beautiful 991 Carrera 4S, which I think is the high point if you like naturally aspirated cars without the turbochargers. This and the 997 Gen 2, so 991 Gen 1 and 997 Gen 2 I think are the sweet spot. This is the slightly more modern version of the 997 with all those updates to the interior, obviously the looks as well, on the outside, the styling, and also the driving. It's a beautiful car to either enjoy at the weekend or take on longer drives. It's a great GT car as well. I think they're just sensational, and this particular example is, I think, very well appointed. If you are interested in this beautiful 991 Carrera 4S, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thanks for watching.